The talking drum's warning. In the village of Ekuro, where the sun rose like a golden drum in the sky, there was a special drum. It was not like any other drum. This drum, known as Agogo, could talk. The people of Ekuro believed that Agogo was a gift from the gods. It hung in the middle of the village square, tied to a strong tree. Whenever danger was near, the drum would beat on its own, warning the people. But only the elders and the drummer, Baba Kola, knew how to understand its message. One evening, as the sky turned orange and the children played by the river, Agogo spoke. Dum dum. Dum dum. Dum dum. The sound was urgent. It was not a drum for dancing. It was a drum for warning. Baba Kola, an old man with wise eyes, rushed to the square. The villagers gathered, their faces filled with worry. "What is Agogo saying?" asked Ao, a young hunter with a sharp mind. Baba Kola placed his wrinkled hand on the drum. He closed his eyes and listened. Then he opened them and said, "Danger is coming." The crowd murmured. What kind of danger? Was it wild animals? A sickness? Or something worse? But Agogo only beat again. Dum dum. Dum dum. Dum dum. It was a warning. But a warning of what? That night, the village was restless. Mothers held their children close. Fathers sharpened their machetes. Warriors stood guard at the entrance of Ekuro. Ao could not sleep. He felt the warning in his bones. He took his bow and arrows and slipped into the forest. The moon shone through the trees, casting long shadows. The forest was silent, too silent. No birds chirped. No crickets sang. It was as if the trees were holding their breath. Then Ao saw it. A figure moved behind a tree. Someone was watching the village. Ao stepped forward. Who is there? No answer. He pulled an arrow and aimed. Come out. Slowly, a man stepped into the moonlight. He wore a dark cloak and his face was covered. Only his eyes showed a sharp, dangerous gaze. I mean no harm, the man said. His voice was deep, like thunder before a storm. Ao did not lower his bow. Who are you? The man did not answer. Instead, he turned and disappeared into the trees, moving fast like the wind. Ao ran back to the village. He had seen enough. The warning was real. The next morning, Ekuro woke up to a terrible cry. My son! My daughter! A mother ran through the village, her wrapper loose, her face wet with tears. Her children were missing. Soon, another mother screamed. Another child was gone. The village square filled with frightened faces. 4 children had vanished in the night. Baba Kola turned to Agogo and touched it gently. Tell us more, old friend, he whispered. The drum did not beat. It had already warned them. The danger was already here. Ao clenched his fists. It was the stranger. I saw him last night. The warriors of the village prepared for battle. They would find the children. They would bring them home. But where had the stranger taken them? The warriors, led by Ao, followed footprints into the forest. The ground was soft, marked by small feet. The children's footprints. They moved fast, machetes in hand, eyes sharp. The trees seemed to whisper, warning them to turn back. But they did not stop. Then they saw something that made their hearts stop. A large black cave. Smoke curled from inside. The smell of burning herbs filled the air. Ao signaled for silence. The warriors crept forward. Inside the cave, the children sat in a circle. They were unharmed but afraid. And beside them stood the stranger, chanting in a strange tongue. Ao raised his bow. Let them go. The stranger turned, his eyes flashing. You do not understand, he said. They are part of something greater. Ao did not wait to understand. He released his arrow. The stranger dodged, moving like a shadow. He lifted his hands, and the cave trembled. The warriors rushed in. Swords clashed. Dust filled the air. But the stranger was powerful. He struck the warriors down, one by one. Then, a sound echoed through the cave. Dum-dum. 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 Agogo's warning. But how? The drum was in the village. Yet its sound filled the cave, shaking the walls. The stranger clutched his head, screaming. The power of the drum was too strong. Ao saw his chance. He grabbed the children and ran. The warriors followed, dragging the wounded with them. Behind them, the cave crumbled, swallowing the stranger in darkness. The village erupted in joy when they saw the children. Mothers wept, hugging them tightly. Fathers cheered. Baba Kola touched Agogo and smiled. You have saved us again, old friend. The villagers knew one thing for sure: whenever Agogo spoke, they would listen. For danger would always come, but the talking drum would always warn them. And in Ekuro, the drum's voice would never be ignored again. Moral lesson: the story teaches that we must always listen to warnings, as ignoring them can lead to danger. Bravery and responsibility are important, as shown by Ao, who took action instead of waiting for others. Unity brings strength, as the villagers work together to rescue the children. The power of truth and wisdom will always overcome evil, just as Agogo's warning helped defeat the stranger. Lastly, respecting traditions and the wisdom of elders is crucial, as Baba Kola's understanding of the drum saved the village. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Paragon Epic Tales for more exciting African stories. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update.